went 3-1 against that team in Tucson.
Carpenter going to go up with time, steps out, looks end zone.
Let's say he just got cleated.
Touchdown! Rudy Carpenter threw that right into the teeth, into the strength of the Wildcat defense.
Rudy Carpenter.
All right, you guys are hot.
On Rockin' Manooch on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 99.9 HD2.
For those you keeping track, Team USA, the World Cup up 1-0 over Wales. It's in the second half of that one. So we'll keep you up to speed on that. But Rudy Carpenter joins us down the right to a guest line here on Fox Sports 910. How you making out today, Rudy?
Oh, I'm living the dream. How are you guys?
Oh, ditto. Living the dream as well. We found out today that Manooch plays the guitar. We did not know that. So that was some big news. That was our breaking news today. We were trying to go down. We wanted to talk about Kyler Murray. It looks as though he's not going to play until after the bye week now, Rudy. That is the report. What is your thoughts on Colt McCoy holding this fort up and winning some more games?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's always difficult to play well and to win with a backup quarterback. I mean, it doesn't really matter who your backup is. It's always difficult to do. It really is. But Colt does possess a lot of really good skills and a lot of skills that translate well to this offense. He's accurate. He makes good decisions. He has good anticipation. He can throw guys open. He makes quick decisions, right? And to me, that's, kind of the things that this offense is predicated on. And so and plus Colt is a smart guy who understands situational football, everything else. And so I think just like last year, he'll be able to come in and I think, hold the fort down and be able to maybe win a game or two. But whether or not, they go undefeated or whatever, I don't see that happening. And whether or not there's going to be a quarterback controversy, I don't see that happening either, because at the end of the day, Kyler Murray is their quarterback and he's the franchise guy that they paid. And they're not going to go to somebody else just because, he had a good stretch of games as a starter.
Do you think the hamstring is more than just a hamstring if it's going to be 4 weeks?
I mean, just from my experience, I hate speculating on injuries because you just never know. I honestly have no idea. So I really don't know. What I imagine though is that this organization, everybody involved, from ownership to general manager to head coach to everybody, that they're trying to make the best decision for the football team and the best decision for the organization. And so this is obviously what they felt that decision was.
Rudy, with this stout front seven of San Francisco, and you watch what Colt can do, and the running game, they're very tough. What do you think will be the best game plan with Colt McCoy to take on this very stout San Francisco 49ers team?
Well, this team is good, and like I said, that's where it's very important to be able to make quick decisions, get the ball out of your hands, use your quick game as your run game, essentially. Hopefully they can be efficient in the run game. When they get chances, Colt's going to have to take chances down the football field and hopefully create some big explosive plays. This defense is very good. I still think the Cardinals can compete in this game and win with Colt, because I'm just not a believer in what this 49ers offense can do right now.
And then watching that offense, the Cardinals defense, receiver-wise, looks like Hollywood Brown will not play in this game. So is Rondale Moore the big hitter to take this team stretch the field, or do you think that they'll try to get more out of Robbie Anderson against this kind of a defense?
Well, they'd love to get more out of both those guys. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins is obviously a great player. It really, really hurts not to have Hollywood Brown ready to play, but at the end of the day, you need your superstars to be good, and then you need your backup players and or depth players to come in and play well when their name is called, right? And if that's Rondale Moore this week, then that's him this week. But Robbie Anderson is still a very good football player and can make big explosive plays for this team, and hopefully they can get him involved in this offense.
All right, here's what I want to know. I want to know how the defense is going to deal with Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey. We saw what both of them can do and how they can light you up so quickly. How's that defense going to react?
That's a good question, because those guys are very, very, very difficult to defend. Both are very, very special players, and they're very, very special with the ball in their hands. The other thing for a coaching staff, it's a nightmare, because how do you identify him? Is Deebo Samuel a running back? He is the wide receiver. Christian McCaffrey, is he a running back or is he a wide receiver? Because that's going to dictate your personnel on defense. So obviously it'll be interesting to see that little chess match and how these teams, have prepared for it. I like Kyle Shanahan, the scheme that he runs, and you better believe he's going to find all kinds of ways to get the ball to Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey in this game tonight.
Yeah, I want to move on, talk about Arizona State. They got Arizona this week. You were 3-1 against Arizona. What is your fondest memory of playing against the Cats?
Oh man, that's like a really difficult question. It was a fun rivalry, a lot of fun games, a lot of fun moments. I think, interestingly, probably enough, like I think a lot more about the game that we lost to them than the other three that we won when I was a starter. But I think to try to give an answer, I think the first time I got a chance to start and play against them is probably my fondest memory. I was very, very sick that game, and played horrible. I played horrible that game, but made one play at the end of the game that essentially got us the field goal to win it. And it was the first time I was a freshman, the whole 9 yards. And for me, it was a cool experience. Just first time playing in that football game the day after Thanksgiving. So that was fun.
So, Rudy, Rock asked about the memories. Is there certain plays that takes you back? You can still say, is it the plays you made or is it the plays you missed that you think about the most in that rivalry?
I mean, probably all of them. But, I mean, for me, one of the plays that I think about a lot happened in the same game. It was in 2007, and I essentially threw like an underhanded flip pass from like the 5-yard line to the back of the end zone to Tyrese Thompson. That was a huge play in the football game. And I think it was Tyrese Thompson's only touchdown catch in his career on senior night. Obviously, there was a lot of tragedy around Tyrese and what happened to him a few years after that. So big time play for him, big memory. But there's also another great play in that game on a slant and go where Chris McGahey made an unbelievable catch against Anton Kaysen. I think, from ASU standpoint, there's a lot of famous pictures of that catch where he pinned the ball against his helmet, basically. But really, really cool play.
I would like to know, does your underground sources have any information as far as the coaching search?
I honestly, I have no idea. Look, I think it's interesting. I'm close friends with some of the candidates who have been mentioned, especially some of the local guys who have been mentioned. When I talk to their agents who I'm good friends with, they say we have not been contacted by anybody, but these names are being rumored. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. What I do know is that probably after this week, unfortunately for Sean Aguano, he's probably not going to be in the mix anymore.
Right.
So let me ask you, Deion Sanders has been now he's in talks with South Florida and Colorado. Would you have liked to see as an alum, if Deion Sanders was in the mix, would you be for it?
Sure, I'm for anything. There's been a lot of coaching changes while I was in school and after, and I've had my opinions on all of them, and I've literally been wrong every single time. So it's like it's an impossible game to play. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I just hope that essentially ASU finds a coach that can come here and stay here for a long time, because in my view, that's what it takes to build a program with some traditions. I think Utah is the model that we probably need to look at.
And speaking of that, what I'm hearing, and I don't know, Kenny Dillingham, offensive coordinator for Oregon. If Sean Aguano is going to have that shot, will he have to beat U of A this weekend to have that be part of that ring of potential candidates?
I think so. I think so. I like Sean. He's a good dude. I hope he gets a chance. I hope he gets an interview. I'm sure he will. But I think where they played last week probably really, really, really hurt his chances, to be honest with you.
Rudy, quickly, your thoughts on what we witnessed over the weekend, USC and UCLA, one of the wildest football games that we had this past weekend.
What defense?
Yeah. Really, 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 really great game. And honestly, in my view, very important for the Pac-12. I mean, it's so much better for the Pac-12 when we got teams that are good, and playing each other. And then when they have those national games that they're playing really well, and those games are really good football games. So to me, I think the Rose Bowl is one of the coolest places in college football. The Coliseum, same thing. So obviously I was excited to watch the game.
Rudy, have a great Thanksgiving, you and your family. Thanks as always for making time for us.
All right, guys. Thank you. You too. Take care.
Rudy Carpenter joining us.